She Who Awakens by Alina Chamberlain, Part 7, Chapter, Navigating the Evolution of Masculine Interest. The Architect of Attraction. In the professional landscape of relationship psychology, we must acknowledge that a man's interest is not a static resource. It is a dynamic energy that can be diverted, depleted, or reignited. When a woman senses a chill in her partner's attention, it is rarely a random occurrence. It is often the result of redirected sexual energy, a biological transition, or a midlife reassessment of values. To regain his focus, a woman must move from a state of anxious surveillance to one of strategic self-mastery. By becoming a sovereign woman, one who is intellectually vibrant, physically radiant, and emotionally autonomous, you recalibrate the relationship's frequency and reawaken his natural hunter instinct. The diversion of energy beyond the physical affair. A man's loss of interest does not always indicate a physical mistress. Often the cause is a switching of attention, a spiritual and emotional drainage where his vital energy is diverted toward new interests, vibrant social circles, or professional hobbies. The energy leak. Even without crossing the line into physical infidelity, a man can drain his sexual energy through intense emotional connections at the gym, work, or through digital interactions. If he is fascinated by a new project or a new social acquaintance, his creative libido is spent elsewhere, leaving a vacuum at home. The strategic win. Do not panic or resort to reproaches. Nagging only validates his decision to look elsewhere. Instead, become the primary source of novelty yourself. Change your aesthetic, eliminate domestic tension, and, most importantly, pursue your own vibrant interests. When a woman becomes interested in herself, she creates a magnetic pull. By focusing on your own development, you remind him that you are a valuable asset with your own autonomous life, prompting him to reassess his priorities to avoid losing his place in your world. Identifying the signals, indirect indicators of a third party. While you must avoid paranoia, a master frequency woman remains observant. Infidelity, or deep external distraction, often manifests through a cluster of indirect signals. No single sign is 100% proof, but a combination suggests a shift in his internal state. Sudden aesthetic discipline. He begins frequenting the gym, showering more often, using new perfumes, or overhauling his wardrobe and underwear. Evasive digital behavior. He puts a password on his phone, hides the screen, or spends excessive time in the bathroom or separate rooms with his device. Behavioral irritability. He becomes thoughtful, distant, or uncharacteristically defensive. If questioned, he may gaslight you by claiming you are making it up or acting hysterical. Financial anomalies. Suspicious spending at cafes, florists, or hotels. The countermove. If you suspect a rival, do not confront him with accusations. Instead, mirror his behavior. Improve your own appearance, start a new hobby, and perhaps return home a little later yourself. Create intrigue. When the hunted suddenly becomes the hunter, his instinctual drive will force him to refocus on you to ensure his territory is still secure. The midlife reassessment, the crisis of meaning. The midlife crisis, typically occurring between ages 35 and 55, with a statistical peak at 46, is a profound biological and psychological transition. The biological shift, testosterone levels decline, leading to a surge in neuroticism, irritability, or depression. A man may feel he has reached a ceiling in his career or life, leading to deep dissatisfaction. The energy of the woman. Men are increasingly aware that their external success is tied to the energy of the woman beside them. If the home environment is defined by conflict and estrogenic stagnation, he may feel he needs a fresh energy source to achieve his goals. The high-value response. To navigate this period, you must be the estrogenic catalyst. Maintain your health to ensure your pheromones continue to stimulate his testosterone. If he feels successful in the bedroom and accepted in his home, he will have the stress resistance needed to conquer his midlife career goals. The power of the hobby, channeling the hunter instinct. For a man to remain successful and engaged, he must have a family, a job, and a hobby. A hobby is not wasted time. It is a laboratory where he practices the hunter instinct without the high stakes of his professional life. Goal-oriented leisure. Whether it is the gym or collecting rare items, a hobby provides a man with a target. When he achieves a goal in his hobby, he experiences a victory dopamine that spills over into his career. The inspired muse. Encourage his outside interests. A wise woman does not compete with a man's hobby, she inspires the hero within it. By supporting his drive for achievement, you align yourself with his success. He will perceive you not as a manager who restricts his freedom, but as a muse who creates the comfortable atmosphere where he can recharge and dream. The magnetism of maturity. Ultimately, a man's attention is regained when he realizes that being with you is his most profitable and fulfilling state. A mature, responsible, and sexy woman who treats herself with love is an irresistible force. She doesn't nag, she inspires. She doesn't control, she creates a place of power. When you master your own energy, you stimulate his testosterone and ignite his desire to perform heroic deeds in your name. Discover the secrets to nurturing your lifestyle in love style at wishforlove.org.